Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome tonight to the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway, to the site of Round 9 for the Victory Fuel Cup Series here on Full Throttle Television. My name's Brady Hanna. In the booth with me tonight, Tony Solari. And Tony, we are in for an action-packed short track shootout here tonight at Bristol. Looking forward to it. One of my favorite tracks. It's always a lot of fun to see what these guys come up with when they come to Bristol.
Oh, yeah. The Coliseum. It's a great little track. I like it myself. And a lot of tire management need to be done around here if we can get those green flag in, green flag runs in.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to 250 laps of racing. And Tony, that sounds like a lot, but it can go by really quick depending on if we get those green flag runs. It can happen real fast around here. And things do happen fast. We saw it in the truck race on Wednesday night. When things happen, though, they happen quick. They happen in front of you. Sometimes it's hard to get stopped and avoid some of the calamity that happens around this track.
Oh, yeah. It's with the high banking and everything, they're doing 15 seconds a lap. So, I mean, you're 4 laps every minute. So if you think about 250 laps, that could go by in a flash if they stayed green the entire run. Now, we probably know it's probably not going to happen, but, you collect it easy just because, again, the banking. You can't really see around the corner. I run VR, and the VR kind of helps you see in the corner, but still it comes so fast, you still don't get that reaction right away. It's tough.
These guys doing their qualifying laps right now, wrapping up qualifying, seeing who's going to start towards the front. And, starting position can be important here, too. You want to start towards the front, maintain that track position. We've heard a lot of the guys talking about how hard it is to pass, how hard it is to get that bottom to hook up. If the guy's running the top, to complete that pass off the corner, it can be really tricky, and these cars can get out from under you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, in the trucks too. I mean, we had a little bit of an option to go high and low, and I haven't actually taken a lap here in this car, but I have heard from some of the other guys. Yeah, it's a little tough to pass out there, and are we going to see maybe a bumper being used here and there?
It would not be unheard of here at Bristol Motor Speedway, that's for sure. We've seen that plenty of times in real life, and we see some of it in the sim as well. Hopefully, it doesn't come to that, but you never know what you're going to get here at Bristol. Let's look at our. If I can find it, we'll do our points. Look at our points right quick for the Victory Fuel Cup Series. Nick Alford leading the way by a slim margin. Actually, no margin. They are actually tied at the top. Nick Alford, Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. tied for the points lead. You got Richie Coy only 10 points back. It's kind of separated into a 3-car battle. But then again, anything can happen here. Bring Brandon Fetterplace, Calvin Ruff, and all these other guys right back into it.
Yeah, I mean, the top 3, and if you're not in the top 3 right now, you got a lot of work to do, and you really got to almost pray that something bad happens to that top 3. But with that top 3 battle, I mean, it's within 10 points right now, so that's pretty shaken up, and it's going to be pretty exciting too, especially when you got 3 good drivers, and we know the guy that 10 spots down right now, he's these are his chops. He loves these little short tracks.
Yeah. All right. We're looking at the schedule too here. After this week at Bristol, we had the Auto Club, then Talladega, Texas, and Kansas, and that's it for the season. Now that's, not many races, but a lot of things can happen. You look at Talladega, look at tonight. There's a lot of things still left to play out here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We got a lot of great racing coming up, and I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to the Dega race too. Those are always pretty spicy.
Just looking real quick at our race analysis here. Bristol Motor Speedway, a symmetrical track on paper, 1 and 2 versus 3 and 4, but there are differences. 3 and 4 is just a little bit wider than 1 and 2, and you can kind of feel that in the car. It drives a little bit differently and may affect your car a little bit differently coming out those corners.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks. You'll hear a lot of drivers say, "Oh, I get dizzy around here," because it is. It's so very, very similar, and there's really not a huge marker from the one side to the next side. So yeah, you get kind of lost out there once the run, or once the runs are still green.
Yep, and remember, we got the single pit road at all times, so they'll be pitting off turn 2, exiting out of turn 1. If we do see those green flag stops, it could come down to that as well. Remember, 250 laps tonight, racing to lap 65 for our stage, and I believe things are kind of settled for qualifying. Let's see if we can pull up our starting lineup for tonight's Bristol 250 for the Victory Fuel Cup Series. On pole tonight, setting the fast lap, the number 4 of Cody Porter in that Toyota for GHR Racing. To his outside is going to be the 48, starting P2, that's Jamie Knopf. Starting P3, the 31 of Jeff Chandler in the Toyota for Jeff Chandler Racing. And P4 to his outside, that's going to be Brandon Fetterplace in the 34. Starting P5, the 99 Kevin Ruff in his Ford. To the outside of him is going to be the number 98 of Nick Alfred, one of your co-points leaders. The 7th spot goes to the 03 of Brian Dixon. To his outside is going to be the 14, that is Lane Allen. Starting P9, the 7 car, that's Wayne Grassi. And starting P10, the 19, Richie Coy.
And then taking 11th spot, Daniel Simmons in the 06. Then 12th, Alexander Hodge in the 53. 13th is Corey Atkins in the number 1. Then we have Robert Fitzpatrick Jr., 14th spot in the number 3. TJ Bartell, 15th spot in the 28. Kyle Milliken, 16th spot in the car 42. William Warlock, car 24 in the 17th spot. Cameron King, car number 92 in the 18th spot. Ryan Milliken, 19th spot in the 16. Brian Messer, 20th in the 51. And then rounding up the remainder of our 27 car field is J.C. Evans, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., Ryan Lark, Ryan Sharp, Alan Duranko, James Torrey, and Michael Blackner.
27 cars around this little bull ring of a track, Bristol Motor Speedway. It's going to get action-packed and in a hurry. And, one thing, too, is if we do get that green flag run, lap traffic can play a factor here tonight. Where do you ride? The high line, the low line? Where's the leader at? Where's the lap car go? You can see that really mess with people just because of the different lanes you can run here.
Yeah, I mean, there is quite a bit of room on track there. So if you can, if your car's hooked up on the outside or even on the inside, you might be able to make a pass there. And yeah, 27 cars. We're going to see some lap traffic be involved in some of this. But it's a good field. Cars are looking good. Nobody's in their throwback skins, at least. But yeah, it's going to be a great race.
Yeah, back to business for sure. Short track racing can get hot and heavy. Let's hope these guys show a little patience. This still is a long race with 250 laps on the books. Again, 65 being your stage lap. We're about ready to go green. A half a lap from green flag racing. Again, Cody Porter, your pole sitter. Jamie Knopf on the outside. Fetter Place, Chandler, and Alfred, your top 5. Going through 3 and 4. The pace car is going to pull off. And we're going to get this thing started. We'll see who jumps out to the front, top side or bottom side. Where's the fast lane going to be? Pace car is off through the restart zone. Green flag, and we are underway here at Bristol.
Man, Cody and Jamie, it looks like Jamie might have the edge here. He was able to get that outside run on him already.
Jamie's contesting the spot for sure, and he's actually going to take the lead off turn 4. Jamie Knopf leads lap 1.
Now, Jamie, he just got to get clear enough so he might. I mean, maybe he just likes the outside. Maybe he'll try and get down now. There he goes.
Yep, he did. He fell to the bottom in front of Cody Porter there. Brendan Fetter placed everybody in a line here, knowing what they need to do here. Take care of the cars early on. They're going to find a place to ride, just like we saw in the real stuff. Everybody to the bottom early on.
And I remember from the truck race, the high line seemed like the go-to line for as far as restarts. So I think we might start seeing some of that strategy play out later on in this race.
The battle back here is for about 8th and 9th. This is where you start seeing the battle between Lane Allen and Wayne Grassi battling for the 8th and 9th spot. Richie Coy back there behind him. Everything kind of bottled up, and actually the race in front of him, Kevin Ruff, being challenged by Brian Dixon in the 03. Dixon going to take that spot.
Yeah, there's a lot of action going on up front there, especially you look at our top 5 right now. They're just kind of all strung out. We got a 1-car, 3-car, 1-car field right now.
You see the 12 car on pit road. Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., not sure what the issue is there, but he's rolling down pit road already. And they kind of sort this out back here. Well, I say that, but the battles for 11th on back here, they are all on. Oh, we got a car bounce. That was Alexander Hodge and I believe Corey Atkins bouncing off each other there.
It looks like Robert Sr., he got loose coming out the back straight, and just kind of tapped the wall with the front nose. Actually, he was on the front straight. I don't know if he got a A-arm damage. The hit did look pretty bad, so he might be done for tonight and getting repaired.
Watching Richie Coy getting around. Kevin Ruff, that's for position, although he's dropped back one from his starting position, trying to find a place to ride, and Kyle Milken behind him is not going to let him do that. He's wanting that position as well.
Yeah, I went back looking at what happened to Robert there, and I'm kind of lost with what's going on here. But
well, I tell you what, Kevin Ruff is out of shape off the corner. Looks like he's got a terrible handling car right now for whatever reason.
Well, he might be in that outside lane, just not really not jiving with him right now.
Oh, we got contact behind him. Ryan Lark into Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., one of your points leaders. He goes around off the front stretch, a little contact with the wall, and he hits it again. And caution is out.
Ouch. Yeah, I went back and looked at that one.
Let's pull it up on our Best One Tire and Auto Care Instant Replay. Bob Fitzpatrick racing with the 24 of William Lark. And man, that's hard into the inside wall. I think he's got wheel damage from that. And then he pulls back down to get out of the track, which is, smart. But man, he nails the wall again.
Yeah, and it looked like Ryan just got a little bit loose and just turned his car down.
Oh! You see the car bouncing after the contact. I just wonder if his tire was already messed up there. And you're right, I believe that is Ryan Lark, not William Lark.
Yeah, he just kind of a little loose, got him down. Yeah, but and we know these cars are pretty durable, but sometimes not that durable. We'll see what happens. They're both Fitzpatricks are in the pits right now.
Yeah, James Torrey's coming to pit road as well as Brian Messer. I'm sure just to fix some residual damage from a little short track racing action. And the cool thing too is, I say that, but the thing up front is going to be, on this restart as the leader, you get to choose the lane you want to restart in. And we've seen it mixed up outside, inside. These guys just trying to figure out where the best lane is to launch from. We'll see what the leader picks here, because that can be you saw the 48 take the lead on the outside from the initial start. Will he take the outside once again? I think it looks like he probably will.
Yeah, I think I actually just heard him on the radio call out, and he's kind of hovering on that outside line right now. So I think it's safe to say he's going outside. Like I say, that was kind of a trend in the truck racer, that we had on Wednesday. And yeah, I guess I don't know. I haven't done a lap in this car, so I'm really not sure, if there's a good high line, low line. I know the truck, you did have a bit of an option, but I know tires are such a touchy thing around here, especially if you can get the things to stay green.
And unfortunately, Bob Fitzpatrick did go a lap down. The good news for him is he is the only car a lap down right now, so we'll see if he can hang on and maybe get a lucky dog. We at least have one caution coming at the stage break, maybe one before that. Just hang on to it and hope to get the lucky dog. Pace car is off. They bring him down. The 48, Jamie Knopf leading Cody Porter. Green flag's out, and he gets a great launch off the top.
Yeah, and then momentum on that top side for him just to get that launch. Yeah, he set sail. I'm just looking in the back now. Kyle Milken kind of coming up on the outside of Lane Allen, fighting for that spot 10th right now. Looks like he's going to grab it on the outside. Some of these cars, you're watching them, they seem like they're a little bit more hooked up on the outside.
They are, and it's going to be interesting to see, though, if it's short run speed versus long run speed. Some of these cars, like
Wayne, loose there. Wow, great save.
Boy, he hung on to it. Come up right in front of everybody in turn one. Everybody did a great job to miss that. He hung on to it.
Yeah,
and we stayed green.
That is not an easy task with this car. So hats off to you there, Wayne. Good job.
Everybody kind of finding a spot to ride now, as everybody seems to be single file for the most part.
Yeah, it looks like everybody did kind of get low. The only one I see kind of going up a little bit, and I don't know if he's just missing the corner, is Kyle Milliken in that top 10 positioning right now.
Kyle Milliken reminds me a lot of Brad Keselowski. He is a, what do they call him? He does almost the opposite of what everybody else does, it seems like. He is one of the contrarian. He's a contrarian. And so we see him running a lot of different lines, trying things out. Now you see him back to the bottom. But, yeah, he was lucky he was driving up there on purpose, just trying the top out. Same thing with Corey Atkins right now. But it's always funny to watch Kyle and the different lanes he'll run, different things he'll try.
We got a little battle right now with sorry to interrupt, with the 06 and 34 right now. Looks like it's getting heated up.
And cooled down.
It just cooled down. They're running too wide for a couple of laps there.
Step back here. The 09 starting to make some moves. Goes around the 53 of Alexander Hodge for 20th. A little bit of a battle. Now he's on the outside of Ryan Larkin, the 00. Starting to make that top side work for him.
Yeah, I think, and it could be just, maybe the car eventually, or the grip eventually moves to the outside as the cars maybe become a little tighter, or even, dare I say, looser. But I don't know. I can tell you right now, Jamie Knopp's got this thing sewed up. Half a second lap over Cody Porter. Jeff Chandler in tow for third, though, kind of right on Cody's bumper there. So they got a strong top three going right now. Well, that's I can tell you that.
Yeah, Jeff Chandler could use a good run tonight after a little bit of a struggle last week at Darlington. But, we didn't have any we had to caution for the stage, and that was it last week. Nobody had really had a chance to work on their car or kind of get bunched up and go back at it. So if you had an issue last week, you really paid for it just because you never had a chance to rebound.
Yeah, that's, I guess, the troubling things about having a good, clean race and a good, clean league, when you can get it done without actually having a caution. And so far, we only had one little incident earlier. Unfortunately, both Fitzpatricks were kind of involved. And I think Brian Messer's 9 laps down now for some damage he may have had. But it's tough to do it, and everybody's looking really good out there right now. I see a lot of respect, kind of like what we saw last week.
See, Nick Alfred's starting to make a move on the outside there. He gets around Brian Dixon, and the one of Corey Atkins is going to follow him through too. So now those guys have moved to the top and are making that work.
We got somebody in the pits. Is that TJ Bartell?
It is TJ. Yeah, I don't know the situation, but yeah, TJ Bartell in the pits in the 28.
Now, I know we really haven't talked about fuel mileage, but we really don't need to, because these cars could get about 150 to 200 laps of a tank at least. So that shouldn't be that is definitely an unscheduled stop for TJ.
Just watch these guys go around the track here. Bristol Motor Speedway, things happen fast. Laps click off fast. We're on lap 39 already.
Yeah, they already
35.
kind of passed by Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. Apparently, he was able to get the car back on the track after that accident, but not enough to make it look like he's having a hard time trying to make speed, and they're going by him. But I'm looking too, and I'm thinking about, I was talking about, we could do that a caution.
Alan Duranco involved, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. involved in this one. Let's go and look at it on our instant replay here. Best One Tire and Auto Care instant replay. Looks like the 12 just kind of squeezed up in front of the 2 of Alan Duranco. And looks like Alan did the whole Kyle Larson thing and just pushed him on through the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Let's look at that again. Coming off the corner here. Yeah, just car high, unfortunately. And
well, I want to thank everybody for watching. Let's see who we got in there. We got Doyle. We got Keith in there. We got B again. So good to see everybody out there.
B. Good old B.
Good old B.
Oh, we got some pit stops here. Richie Core bringing them down. Cameron King, William Lark, Wayne Grassi, Robert Malikian. That's interesting. Richie pitting from about an 11th spot.
I would say that's probably a good strategy.
If tires
make a big difference.
We will see. We'll see. We'll see if it makes enough of a difference and see if these guys are able to kind of run through the field there.
TJ, he got a little loose back on lap 30. He tried to save it, hit the outside wall. I don't know how much damage he got from it, but obviously he parked, got it fixed. Still in there getting it fixed. And yeah, Mom's out there. Hey, Mom.
All right, let's see if we can find that.
I believe they have 5 sets of tires tonight.
So we can find what you were talking about with TJ Bartel on lap 30. Oh, we caught it late there. Let's get back and look at it. Coming off the corner, he gets loose off 4, tries to catch it, and it goes right into the wall. Man, that is that is tough, and that's going to lead to some pretty good damage.
Yeah, like you said, they're durable, but not that durable.
Let's see.
That A-arm gets messed up, or suspension gets messed up, and that's an 8-minute repair.
Wayne Grassi had the same issue, just was it laps before or laps after? We'll see if we can find that later. We're going to go green flag racing, though. Green's back out and back underway here, Bristol. Things happen fast, and just like that, we're going back green. Jamie Knopf continuing to lead Daniel Simmons. Those guys work together on and off the track. Lead 1-2, Cody Porter 3rd, Brian Dixon 4th. And the battle is for 5th on back right now. Jeff Chandler trying to hold off Lane Allen, Brandon Fetterplace, Kevin Ruff, Corey Atkins, and more.
Well, they know some of these guys got some fresh tires, and it's go time. Get some stage points, see what they can get out of it.
And Corey Atkins in the wall there off turn 4. He's flirted with that wall a lot already. You want to take care of your car because it's got to carry you for 250 laps.
Yeah, it is a little early for me to be putting down the go meter, especially around here. Usually we will probably, we got a 22 Michael Blackner hit somebody that looked like
Cameron King off the pace.
King.
No caution. Now we got another car in the wall, the Ryan Lark machine to 00. Not sure what all happened right there.
Man, my pit director is not giving me the most exciting thing because I'm missing some of this.
Well, there was no caution for any of that, so we're going to stay green. We'll see if we can catch a highlight of that later. But, again, things happening quick out here. TJ Bartel.
There's a lot of bumping and banging going on, too, from what I'm seeing.
TJ Bartel on pit road again. Again, these guys continuing to battle pretty hard back here. Some of these guys with fresher tires starting to try to make moves.
Well, I think that's what it is. You know, you got some of these guys that went in for the tire strategy, hoping they can maybe get a little an edge, but there's nowhere to go. It's so hard to pass.
Who's that off the pace on the bottom? Is that the 98?
I'm looking. Yes, 98. Nick Elford. Just trying to get back on track, trying to see if he can salvage something out of his night. You know, you don't know how the car's going to handle. You figure I'm going to get it repaired for a little bit. Although he's actually having connection issues from what I've seen.
Yeah, he's showing laps down. Not sure what's going on there.
He might not have a broken car.
You know, this is what I was talking about. Things can get shaken up here. Nick Alford in the points lead with Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. and both of those guys having issues tonight. That's going to bring everybody back into it.
And while all this is happening, we got a Tracy Motorsport team duo right now, and Daniel Simmons is catching his teammate Jamie Knott. and they got a pretty good lead over third right now, Cody Porter. But the two of them are hooked up, and they like this place, it looks like.
This battle back here just will not go away. William Lark on the inside of Brian Dixon. Brandon Fetter Place. Actually, that is Brandon Fetter Place he's beside. Oh, Wayne Grossi real close to Corey Atkins.
It looks almost the same as when I last left them. Nobody can get any run on anybody to get a pass.
Well, there's nowhere to go. If you're behind a too wide situation, where are you going to go?
Dare somebody lift? Nah. And Corey's really just trying everything he can do to try to just beat the wall just so he could clear Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne's hanging tough on that bottom. Doing a good job hanging around there. But that one, he's in the wall again. Eventually, that's going to lead to some issues.
For sure. And it looks like they're catching
we have a caution. We have a caution. J.C. Evans involved. And this is not going to be the stage break, so we're going to get a restart here. But let's go back and look and see what happened to J.C. Evans here on the Best One Tire and Auto Care Instant Replay. They're 3 wide, which I don't know how that developed. And somehow they split him down the backstretch. Let's go back and rewind and see how they ended up 3 wide and what was going on there. Oh, he was 2x2 with, I think it's Alexander Hodge, and they catch a slow car. Who is that on the bottom there?
Who's that? Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to back up and see a car number.
Is that Brian Dixon?
That's Brian Dixon, I think. And yeah, it is. Not sure how he got back there. Let's go find out. Oh, he had a little adventure off the corner off turn 4 there. He got loose. Ends up on the inside. Comes up on the track in turn 1. 2 wide. Yeah, just ran out of room there. So some of these guys have pitted here. Jeff Chandler, Brian Dixon, Lane Allen, Alexander Hodge, Corey Atkins.
Jeff had a little smack on his front nose of his car, and I went back to go try to see where I could get it. I couldn't seem to find where it happened. But yeah, he's definitely smashed up there in front.
Well, Fitzpatrick Jr. back in, getting some more of that damage fixed, trying to salvage a rough night. Looks like a long night so far. We're going to double up and get a restart here to the stage.
You know, I'm looking in the chat. We got Ben Tracy, or Benjamin. Yeah, Ben Tracy in the chat. And he's rooting on his teammates. Yeah, they're looking good tonight there, Ben. Hopefully you're not in your squad car.
All it took is for him to not be able to race. And look at what happened. They're running up front. I'm kidding. Hope you're doing well, Ben. But they are doing well so far. First and second, Jamie Knopf leading Daniel Simmons, Kevin Ruff, and Cody Porter, 3 and 4. Pace car is off. We're getting a restart. It's going to be a shootout here, and Cody Porter spun the tires on the restart, but the 48 gets away.
Yeah, Jamie's just got he's got it hooked up on the top there, and he knows it. So maybe he qualified purposely on second just so he could get that opening, that opening lead.
Ooh, we see some moves there. William Lark trying to look low off the corner. It gets a little loose right in front of Cody Porter. But Lark is going to move into P4. Cody Porter moves back to P5.
Oh, Corey Atkins 3 wide right now between J.C. Evans and Lane Allen. Wow, he makes it through. The new tires, they just want them stage points.
Richie Coy stacked up behind this group. The two of Alan Duran. Oh, we see another car. What was that? The four smacked the wall. Caution is out, and this will be for the stage.
Well, I'm going to say that was hectic, but
yeah, eventful.
Clean, eventful. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't awful though. Everybody seemed, there. It was a traditional, typical Bristol race. So yeah.
All right, pack it up, go home. Oh wait, no, we still got plenty of laps left.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with that though. I mean, that's that's how it's going to be tonight. If the cars can handle it, why not a little bumping, right?
Yep. So Jamie Knopf will come home with the stage win. Daniel Simmons, William Lark, Kevin Ruff up to P4 with those fresher tires. Brandon Federer plays as well at P5. Cody Porter slips to P6. Wayne Grassi, Alan Duranco, and Richie Coy with Michael Blackner sneaking up into the top 10.
Yeah, Michael did not Q-stir dead last and up to 10th already, and looking pretty good out there.
Let's see if we can.
Watching, looks like everybody's going in for pits. Jeff Chandler looks like he's staying out. A couple of the guys that I think that had pitted a couple laps prior, they're staying out right now.
Yeah, right before the caution, they're going to stay out and take that track position. We were talking about, and we'll see how that plays out. These guys will have newer tires, but have to work through traffic, so should be fun to watch again. I mean, that's the part of Bristol that is frustrating, but also very interesting, is the pit strategy kind of determines things sometimes. You want that track position, you want those fresh tires, just you got to get them at the right time. And that's what these guys are all betting on.
Well,
again,
yeah.
You got 5 sets in the pits, so you got plenty of tires to use. I wonder how many some of these guys have left, though.
Well, I would imagine, somebody say like Richie Coy. I mean, even like we've already seen him gone down twice, so he's gotten tires twice. And I'm sure half the field's probably out there with 2 sets gone already, which gives them 3 to go, and then they've got. I mean, we still got about 170, 180 laps.
So it'll be Jeff Chandler, Brian Dixon, your front right here on this restart. Lane Allen, Corey Atkins, row 2, Alexander Hodge, and Jamie Knopf, who just came out. He'll be the first car off of pit road in 6th spot.
Wow. So yeah, they're gonna have to see how the cars handle in air in traffic now.
We'll see how these guys launch too. First time for Jeff Chandler starting on the front tonight here. Green flag is out, and we are underway. The one of Corey Atkins into the back of Brian Dixon on the start.
Yeah, I don't know if Brian was sleeping or whatever, but he didn't go. Jeff got a great run.
Battle is for second. Corey Atkins to the bottom of Brian Dixon. These guys racing pretty hard here for second spot. Behind them, Lane Allen, Jamie Knopf side by side.
Yeah, Jamie's got that outside one working on him already, and he's starting to pass some cars, get ready to get back up to that lead. I mean, Jeff now, he doesn't have a whole lot of time, but save as much as you can right now. Even though you're out in front, just relax. Let the car come to you. If we do get green flag runs, I mean, I know tires are major.
That one in the wall again of Corey Atkins. He's not going to have a right side left.
I'm surprised he's got anything left on there as it is. Yeah, he peppers the wall more than I pepper eggs.
Oh, I think he's starting to.
Oh, we got a accident.
We do have a
like
caution.
It's Brandon Fairplace, Richie Coy's involved. 24 of William Lark as well.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, we got a pile up in turn 1.
It was a very slow, gradual spin, so I don't think anybody's overly damaged. No hard hits, at least.
Richie trying to get going, and will finally do so here.
That is so hard to get that car when you're on that banking, too. You don't realize how bad it is to try and get that thing to go straight again.
All right, let's go back and see what happened here with their Best One Tire and Auto Care Instant Replay.
radio, I hear some. Richie said the car just got loose on him.
Yeah, he did, and he got sandwiched between. Who's that on below him? Is that the Fetter? That's Fetter Place on the bottom, and whoever that is on the top there.
Yeah, William was just kind of a
William Lark. Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of hanging out there and nowhere to go.
Let's go back and
again. It looks slow. I don't think anybody got too overly damaged with it though.
Coming off the corner, yeah, he gets loose and just into the side of Fetter Place, and you're right, William Lark nowhere to go, and they just kind of sandwiched together as they head off into turn one. And who was that? Was that Cameron King? No. Who was the blue? I guess it was probably Michael Blackner. To zoom right, let's right on board with Michael Blackner here. I think he had a pretty interesting shot of this.
Oh yeah, yeah, he did kind of catch that on the rear end of that.
Ooh, just barely scraped him. I just wonder what that does. Has done to. I don't think he pitted, did he? So he might be all right.
Yeah, no, I don't think he did.
A Best Buy machine. It's hard to miss that blue car. But yeah, he skated by there pretty quickly.
Richie's in, Fetter Place is in. And I guess you want to try and get as much damage fixed as possible.
Well, I was going to say Richie's went down a lap, so he's still in the pits. And that's another one of your points leaders. You know, you talked about the bad nights. Bob Fitzpatrick, Richie Coy, Nick Alford, all back 20th on back right now. So, again, a great opportunity for everybody fourth on back to kind of make up points. But unfortunately, Brandon Fetterplace was fourth in points. He was also involved. So, it's a bad night to be in at the top of the points, I guess.
Yeah, honestly. Wow. Yeah, that now that you're laying it all out, yeah, it's very true.
Pace car's off. Jeff Chandler brings him to the green. Green flag is out, and we are back underway. Cody Porter trying to retake the lead there in the 4 car on the outside of Jeff Chandler. He's going to do so and lead his first lap tonight. Even though he started on the pole, that's first lap led tonight for Cody.
Yeah, and I guess he's kind of waiting for that green flag, although Daniel Simmons is right there, getting on the outside of Chandler right now. Made that look easy.
Yeah, Simmons with those new tires coming to the front.
I've seen a lot of cars pop in and out, too. Brian Dixon, looks like he's having a little connection issue. I'm just waiting for that lead there. Daniel looks like he's ready to pounce. He's just waiting.
Getting a great run off the top there. Making that look like a lot of fun there. He's getting that run off the top.
Yeah, I mean, Cody's definitely beating him in the corner, though.
There he goes to the outside. The outside, the 06 of Daniel Simmons looks to the outside of the 4 of Cody Porter. That's going to pin the 4 down on the bottom. But momentum's going to be on the top, and here comes Daniel Simmons to retake the lead.
I'm watching Jamie Knopp do the exact same thing over to Jeff Chandler right now. So Jamie up to 3rd.
Looks like those two really are hooked up tonight, the 06 and the 48. And here comes Brian Dixon to the outside of Jeff Chandler.
Yeah, and you remember both Brian and Jeff both had the older tires. They started on the front row a couple cautions ago, so they got slightly older tires. Not too much, but probably about 3 or 4 laps. But it is a huge difference around here, especially once the tire wear goes. And I've done races here where if you just take a slow, easy pace, and if you have a good green flag run, you will save so much tire, and you'll just pass cars one after the other. But we'll see. We'll see how long these guys can keep it green, because that's going to make this race pretty interesting.
Yeah, here's the 48 around the 4 of Cody Porter for second. Easy peasy. He makes that pass. Now Brian Dixon lines him up, trying to get around Cody as well.
Yeah, I mean, early to run speed, the Tracy Motorsports guys have got it. So we'll just like I say, if it stays green, we're going to see some of the who's been saving and who hasn't.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see if the Ford is actually saving tires here, or if he's just struggling for speed. I mean, he's wrapping the bottom, so you got to think that maybe he's just hanging on to his tires a little bit here. But we'll see if it pays off. Again, we'll have to get that long green flag run for that to even pay off. So that's a always kind of a gamble as well.
Well, I was going to say everybody's kind of spread apart, but if you look at our like 11th through 17th right now,
Yeah, I just flipped back to that, and
there's a huge gaggle. Although now that they all singled up.
Yeah. Settle down for right now. Yeah, as I say that, here comes the Kevin Ruff machine under was that Brandon Fetter place? No, Cameron King there.
Yeah, he's trying to make it work. I mean, they're all kind of dogging it out. Then they straighten out for like one lap, and it's like, okay, maybe somebody finally made a pass, and then they all had to reshuffle.
Ooh, you see the Fetter place machine get loose. No, it wasn't Fetter place. That was Cameron King get loose off the corner on that bottom. Just tough to hang there.
Yeah, especially when you got a guy on the outside. If the car isn't really handling great down there as it is, sometimes I'm a little apprehensive on the bottom, where I'll lay up a little bit just because I don't want to get into the guy on the outside.
We had a little contact between the one and the four there. Looks like there was a little miscommunication. The one tried to go under the four. The four moved down, I think, to give the one space, and they made contact there. So not only is the one hitting the wall, he's also finding some of the other cars, and we have a caution. Looks like Ryan Sharp is involved. Let's look at our Best One Tire and Auto Care instant replay with Ryan Sharp. Oh, he just spins out by himself and spins quickly there too.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, and he gets hit by somebody as they come around. I think it was Lane Allen. Let's see if we can look at this again.
It was Lane, yes.
Ryan Sharp riding behind Richie Coy in the 19, and he just comes around kind of in the middle of the corner there.
And Lane clipped him. A couple guys got up really close to him. It shouldn't be happening that late in the race, or at least that late after a caution. But
right on board with the 14 and Lane Allen to come through. I guess it would be 1 and 2. So the caution comes out, and everybody's slowing down. And there's a car there. Oh. So I got he got a piece of it. Just wonder what he's done to his car.
Yeah.
He's on pit road, but so are some of the others. Alexander Hodge on pit road. Michael Blackner on pit road. Some guys farther back. Kevin Ruff, J.C. Evans, Bob Fitzpatrick, Richie Coy on pit road.
Yeah, I think Richie probably might still be getting some of that damage fixed from his earlier incident.
Well, he did get the lucky dog. All that happened right behind him, so he's going to get the lucky dog here. Get back on the lead lap.
Does he have the car to get back up there?
Yeah, well, that's a lot of traffic to get through, too. So if you've got damage and you got all that traffic, it's going to be a long night. He was back there kind of riding by himself, so I don't know if that was planned to kind of stay out of trouble or if he's hurt the car that bad.
Well, I mean, the only good news for him, though, too, if he's got fresh tires, and these guys have now, have probably about 30 laps on their tires, he might be in a catbird seat. If the car's strong enough, it might not be bad opportunity to take a set of tires now, especially if you're kind of down in the hole a little bit.
Trying to look at the side of the one here. Corey Atkins. The side of that car has been used up already tonight. What is it they used to say?
The Darlington stripe here, right?
If they usually say this at Martinsville, but I guess it applies at any short track. If your right side's scuffed up, means you've been making passes, and if your left side's scuffed up, means you've been in the way. So, yeah. Take that for what you will. His left side's fine. He has P4, so he's going forward. He's making it work. But getting ready for the restart here. Pace car is off. Lap 102 of 250. Leader Daniel Simmons takes off, and green flag is out. And Wayne Grassy did not get a good restart. He did not go.
No, I almost wondered if he got a little bit of tire spin there. But, yeah, the Tracy boys, they took off. They're continuing their domination tonight. But, yeah, Corey hanging on to third right now.
There's Robert Malikian trying to make a pass. Well, he was trying to make a pass. Now, 7 of Wayne Grassy laying on the side of Cody Porter through the corner.
Yeah, these restarts, they sure do make them fun for us to watch, don't they?
16.
Robert Malikian on the outside, 7.
Rapping the top, and he made that work.
Right.
He made a pass.
He did, yeah.
I mean, he was right up there against it too. And here comes.
I would almost say he maybe touched it, but it was close.
Was that Cameron King in the 92 making a pass from the 7 of Grassi? Now the Robert Malikian machine goes to the bottom.
Yeah, I'm surprised the 92's up there. Weren't we just talking about him? Wasn't he involved in something recently?
Yeah. He's been involved in a little bit, but nothing major. And he finds himself in some track position trying to capitalize here. We're watching William Lark trying to work over Brian Dixon. That is for P4.
Well, even Brian himself, I mean, he's been involved in a couple of things today as well. And just looking good, looking strong out there tonight.
And that was kind of what I was saying. Some of this just comes down to when you pit. When did you make your last pit stop? Track position. Do you have the right tires on at the right time?
And he pitted, Brian, going back to Brian, he pitted with Jeff Chandler and some of those other guys before the stage. So, yeah, they're already got 50-lap tires on them. Well, maybe 40 laps. I'm just looking to see one of the guys, Michael Blackner back there. He was one of the guys that come in, get some tires that last stop. So I think he's one of the leaders of the fresh tire group right now.
There's Michael Blackner back there. I'm just having a hard time finding where to look. There's battles everywhere. The 31 goes to the outside of the 16. Robert Malikian making that pass for 9th spot. With those fresh tires, trying to make up that track position.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, our top 7 right now are just kind of single filed out. They've all kind of just hung out. Wow, Daniel Simmons got really close to the wall leading this race right there. Maybe a little bit higher than he wanted to go, but he was able to make it work. He's been getting that great drive, though, off that line, and he's kind of pulling away from Jamie a bit.
They are running kind of a different line versus some of the others. He's kind of cutting it low on exit, trying to get that straight run off the corner.
Is that almost like a Kyle Larson line from yesterday?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a few drivers that have done that. I know Joey Logano, I've seen him do that a couple times too. He'll get that run off the top and then cut down on late exit and get that straight run off. And he's making it work for him.
It almost looks like William Lark's kind of mimicking that, and he's making it work himself. The one car that I'm kind of surprised though is Cody Porter. He's just slowly falling back.
He's running around the bottom. Yeah, I mean, he's one of the cars that have kind of been dedicated to the bottom. That's where he's been all night. That's where he's run. And, I don't know if that's a tire-saving thing or if that's just where his car works the best. He got a little loose off the corner there.
Yeah, well, that's I've noticed that too. The car looks like it does got a bit of a wiggle to it, especially on exit. But, that low line might be a tire-saving strategy. So, I guess we're going to find out. Because there is a good chance. I mean, we could stay green for a lot of this, if not to the end of this. But the field, even though they are pretty spicy out there, there's a lot of respectable guys out there. And as long as nobody gets...
Cody Porter gets loose, saves it, almost gets on the side of the 31, hangs on to it, though. So far, so good, and he gets it back up to speed. That was a brown pants moment here at Bristol.
Wow, we were just
that was a good save.
Talking about him. Yeah, I'm watching it on the replay. Wow, that was a good save.
So now I'm kind of wondering if it is a car handling issue, which is why he's wrapped around the bottom or losing spots, because his car looks pretty loose. And, well, it's going to be now with those rear tires mad, so it's not going to get better.
kind of going back through the field too. Richie Coy, being back on the lead lap, he's kind of cutting through the field a little bit. He's still got a long ways to go, but not too bad. He's trying to catch up to Alan Duranko right now, who's running 16th, Richie in 17th. He's got Kyle Millick in 18th and Kevin Ruff 19th, and then Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. 20th. So these guys are all still on the lead lap. So I mean, Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. He's still kind of in this point battle. If he can hold up a good finish here.
I mean,
there's still a lot of racing to go.
He come in the co-points leader. So, with him and Nick Alford, and they are 20th and 21st right now. Richie Coy 17th and 3rd. And Brandon Fetterplace in 9th. So, as of right now, could be a nice little point shakeup.
Well, yeah. I guess that's fair.
Oh, we got to wreck Brandon Fetterplace around right in the middle of the track. Can everybody avoid him? For the most part. And caution is out. Robert Malikian involved as well. Let's go back and look at our Best One Tire and Auto Care instant replay to see what happened here with the 16. Oh, the 34. He just gets a run off the corner. The 16 had to check up because they were too wide. And Fetterplace just runs into. We were just talking about the points guys. Well, guess what? There's the 4th place points guy I was talking about. I guess the broadcaster curse.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, it looked like Robert got a little tight coming around that corner, kind of checked up a little bit, and Brandon was in it.
Yeah, let's watch that again because Brandon Fetterplace, he made it 3 wide off the corner. I don't know if he knew or meant to, but they got checked up off the corner, and Brandon just got into the back of the 16. 16 clipped him as he went around, and luckily everybody, for the most part, I think missed him. I don't think everybody did miss him completely, so at least he didn't get hit.
Yeah. Everybody was avoided hitting Brandon for sure, which was good.
All right, we got our leaders on pit road.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is like the tire reset moment now.
Jamie Knopf, Daniel Simmons, all those guys on pit road. Alexander Hodge, Michael Blattner, J.C. Evans, and Kevin Ruff all stay out right now. So they'll take over the front of the field here. See how Daniel Simmons in the 48 race off pit road. Looks like Jamie's going to get him.
All right, so Jamie's going to have his work cut out for him. Trying to lead the field of the green tires.
Well, there's only 4 cars, but if they're side by side, like I said, it's kind of a roadblock. It's hard to make those passes, but they will have fresher tires. Again, lap 130 of 250. We still got 120 laps to go.
Yep, and I'd assume now some of these teams only have 2 sets of tires left in the pits. So they're going to have to be picky and choosy. Because, we just hit, like you said, we just hit a little over halfway. So
Hodge is going to lead him to the green. The 53 taking the lead. The 22 of Michael Blackner second. And I have to tell you, Hodge is up 10 spots. Michael Blackner up 25 spots. So they have moved through the field here. Let's see if the 53 can do on this restart. Pace car is off. They come to the restart zone. Green flag is underway. And Hodge gets a good jump, but he's got Kevin Ruff right on his back bumper, who's going to take over second.
Yeah, Kevin seemed like he was ready to push him. And then here comes Daniel Simmons like a shotgun.
Wow, that didn't take long. Up to P2 and now going for the lead. The 06 of Simmons, they are hooked up.
He made it work.
And we got a yellow. Corey Atkins involved.
And I wonder with iRacing scoring if they're going to actually give the lead to Daniel. I wonder if he actually crossed the line at the time.
All right, looks like this might have had multiple cars involved. Let's go back, look at our Best One Tire and Auto Care instant replay. Corey Atkins coming off the corner. The sideways, and he's right in front of the 48. The 19 involved, the 7 involved. A lot of cars involved in this one.
Yeah, the 31, Lane Allen, the 24 got a little piece of that.
Look at that again. The one coming off the corner loose, and then just right in front of the 48. 7, the 19 clobbers him in the side. 31, Jeff Chandler gets sideways, backs down the track and into somebody else. A lot of people involved in this one. The 98, there's the 98 of Nick Alfred involved. He was going to be your lucky dog.
I'm going to give a shout out to the 2 of Duranko and 42 of Kyle Milliken. They had some fast hands.
Let's see who all is involved here. Yeah, Jeff just barely gets clipped, and then in front of the 7. 7 gets clobbered by TJ Bartell. The 98 gets collected. Jeez, what a mess.
Actually, and I think Kyle was really the only one back there that was actually able to get through that escape free.
Let's ride with him.
Allen got a little tap, but
let's ride with the 42 Kyle Milliken here off the corner. Smoke everywhere. Oh, it happened so quick. He just picked the right lane. Him and the 2 both sail through that.
All right. Well, we got more guys in the pits. The field is starting to thin, it feels like. More damage to be repaired. I'm a little worried for Jamie Knopp. Hopefully he didn't get too damaged in that prior.
Just watching some of those guys cut through that field. I don't think some of those guys stopped. I don't think Richie Coy stopped. But he clobbered the side of the 1. Interesting move. And now the 1 sitting there having to go to the rear of the field. Didn't beat the pace car out. Yeah, so Richie's lining up, I think, 10th spot.
Yeah, that's what he's showing. Yeah,
Jamie Knopf, did he come in? Yeah, he's actually showing a lap down.
Yeah, I think he actually did. He stayed in the pits too long.
Trying to get the damage fixed. I mean, him and Corey Atkins both are a lap down now, so that's going to be the battle for the lucky dog for the next caution if it happens.
The field is so shaken up, it's crazy.
Jeff Chandler's still in the pits. He's got major damage. And Cody Porter apparently having issues. He has parked it. But the pace car lights are off. We're going to get ready to go back green flag racing here. Looks like Daniel Simmons was awarded the lead. 53 of Hodge will line up in second on that inside lane. We'll see if he can get a launch here. Behind him, you got Kevin Ruff, Brian Dixon in the second row. Michael Blattner, Cameron King, row 3. Green flag is out, and we're back underway.
Yeah, Daniel just took off, just like he did the last time. Got a great lead already.
Hodge holding that bottom, but here comes Dixon on the inside. Michael Blattner on the outside. You feel like a sitting duck if you're out there on old tires sometimes.
Yeah, well, you don't realize how bad the tires are, and if you do have too much wear compared to somebody with some fresh stuff, it's night and day.
I say that, but he kind of hung on there after the initial start. He kind of got in line, and now he's riding in third. Doesn't seem to be hindering him too much. You got me and Michael Blackner there beside Brian Dixon. They finally sort that out, moved Michael in the fourth spot.
Yeah, Michael's kind of making that highline work. I've been watching him. I'm also watching our fast hands, Kyle Milliken. He's working he was working the outside of Brandon Feather Place, but he was making the outside work and trying to. He was going forward, but I don't know what happened. He stifled his movement, I guess, is what I would say.
Well, here's our gaggle back there, and he's kind of the start of the gaggle. Him and the 14 side by side. Behind him, you got Wayne Grassi, William Lark side by side. You got J.C. Evans and Robert Malikian back there.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the lead here. Daniel Simmons just 7/10 right now over second place. And then there's a little mini gaggle. Michael Blackner fighting for that fourth spot still right now. He's got Brian Dixon under him.
Watching this battle back here, too, for the lucky dog, the 1 in the 48. You know that they want to be the first one when this caution comes out, if a caution comes out.
Back up to the front, Alexander Hodge and Michael Blackner get by the 99 of Kevin Ruff. Kevin starting to fall back a little bit, but does either one of them, the 53 or the 22, now have a little clean air? Can they catch Daniel?
Yeah, Kevin kind of stuck on that bottom right now. They're going around him. That is Cameron King getting around him. Alan Duranko now moving up on him, trying to get around him. And then, look, there's the 19 of Coy. I don't guess the car's hurt too bad.
Yeah, he might be able to get the thing fixed up. But, yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get that much damage from that last round. Even just, the spin, I would assume would have hurt the tires a little bit.
Well, you may not have many tires in the pits left either, so that might have been the call. Might have been, hey, I can't pit now. I don't even have tires I want to use right now.
Just stay out and deal with it, right?
Yeah, well, sometimes track position's more important than those tires. We'll see if that's the case. These guys still battling pretty hard back here.
Yeah, there's battle for second right now. Brian Dixon getting ready to pounce over Alexander Hodge. And Daniel's not really kind of getting away from the two of them. He's got a nice 1.2 second gap right now, but it hasn't extended it much. So I wonder if Daniel's just out there kind of sailing away, kind of even saving it at this point. Michael Blackner, though, kind of tapping the wall there a little bit too much. He's starting to lose fourth to Cameron King.
Brian Dixon going around. Alexander Hodge on the inside. Makes that pass. Hodge falls to third. Brian Dixon up to P2. Michael Blackner back here licking his chops in the 22.
Michael was able to kind of keep it off the wall last couple laps. And, yeah, he was able to get by Cameron easily now. Was able to defend that position. Just got to keep it straight. Keep it off the wall there, Michael. I'm just trying to watch the lead now, too, watching the Brian Dixon, Daniel Simmons. Is Brian starting to catch him? And he's slowly reeling him in. But, again, Daniel could be saving right now, and it's probably be the smart thing to do.
Cameron King, William Lark back here. That's for P5. Ooh, Cameron King comes up, and Lark kind of gave him a little bump on the straightaway there.
Yeah, now he's going on the outside. Williams trying to get that run.
Lark is catching the 22 rather quick as well. Michael Blackner, 24 in the wall there. Oh, and the contact with Cameron King. They keep it straight, but Cameron came up there a little bit. The 24 had contact.
No caution. So they're still rolling. And Alan Duranko right now taking a look on Michael Blackner for fourth. So Alan was able to save a little bit that last time around too. Obviously not too heavily damaged either.
Yeah, Blackner looks like he's struggling a little bit with grip. Falling back right now. The two of Alan Duranko makes that look easy. He's going to take over fourth spot.
Now Brandon Fetterplate's taking a look on Michael as well.
Yeah,
Michael's definitely having a little ill handling right now. He's definitely looking pretty loose.
Saw that wiggle off the turn 4 there. And now Richie's going to get by him. Yeah, he's really struggling. There's that battle for the lucky dog as they go by. The one still in front of the 48.
Yeah, they gotta play nice with each other too, because if the caution does happen to come out, if they have contact with each other, it can ruin it for each other. So it's one of those things. Even a wall tap. So Corey's got to make sure he doesn't hit the wall either.
You see the 16 Malikian. Oh, you see the 22 in the wall. The 16 Malikian making that pass on the 24. Yeah, the handlings definitely went away from the 22 there.
Yeah, and the 42's now getting underneath the 24, and he's going to be going up against Michael as well. But you look at it though too. Michael's still running ninth place, and that's still not a bad spot to be. he's definitely lost quite a bit over this run here, but still on top 10, so not that bad.
Top five kind of single file in their own little bubble here. The battle for six is going to start heating up, though, as Lane Allen starts to inch in on the 19 of Coy. Coy running the middle of the track, Lane running the top, and then you got the two lap cars, the 1 and the 48 behind them.
Yeah, they got their own little battle. I had to go back up front to see what's happening up there, and Brian Dixon has cut Daniel Simmons' lead down to half. So there's 0.6.
Alan Duranko going around Alexander Hodge to move Alan Duranko up into P3 with that number 2 car. Good run for Alan so far. Good rebound, too. And here comes Brandon Fetterplace under the Hodge machine, number 53 as well. Those tires starting to fade now.
Yeah, and I went, like I said, I'm looking at the lead now, too. Brian Dixon, he is slowly closing in on Daniel Simmons. He's definitely got a 1/10 of a second quicker lap on Daniel as well. So we'll see. We'll see. This could be a little bit of games, though, too. So Daniel could be just, saving a little bit there.
We've seen handling come into play on these longer runs, so you're going to start seeing cars fall off, and some of them better than others as we go, I'm sure.
Yeah, and Alan Duranko, he's actually lap time. He's pacing our leaders right now. So Alan definitely has the car and the speed at this time of the race to get up there. But Brandon, we talked about him in the points. He was in the points, out of the points. Well, he's running 4th right now, so he's square in the points ahead of some of these other, definitely ahead of the top 3. The only one as close is Richie Coy.
Yeah, Alan Duranko, actually Brandon Fetterplace running faster lap times than our leader right now. 15:09 the last lap with a 15:38 up front for Daniel Simmons.
Very interesting. And like I say, is Daniel kind of laying off a little bit? Just, let these guys come and burn their stuff up and catch me.
Well, they are in lap traffic too. They just went around a couple of cars. The 7 of Wayne Grassi, who's the white car there.
Yeah, everybody's spread out now, so it's like there's a lot of action going on all over the track. And back to our caution, our lucky dog recipient, Jamie Knopp did eventually get by Corey.
Yeah, but you know what? I was Bob Fitzpatrick going down a lap, so now Bob is the lucky dog and Wayne is behind him. So until they get by those 2 cars, those are your lucky dog guys now. So
you're right. I'm just looking at it. Yeah, a little too late.
Well, we'll see, because those cars are clearly off the pace to go a lap down. So we'll see if they will eventually catch them. It's just a matter of time. But while they do that, I mean, J.C. Evans is coming off turn 2. Daniel Simmons is right behind him, so he's going to go a lap down as well. So it's just going to continue to get harder and harder here.
Yeah, unless they want to take a waiver on at some point, which might happen, but you need the cautions to kind of fall. And in theory, they should have enough gas to finish this race as is.
And remember, that is also if all the leaders pit. If they don't all pit, there's no waiver round. So
yeah, very true.
You're kind of depending on those guys to do that. The 53 of Alexander Hodge continuing to slip back. The 16 of Robert Malikian goes around him. And I'll tell you, because I've raced with him, Malikian's a pretty good driver. He's a good driver in general. I shouldn't say that. He's really quick here at Bristol. This is one of his better tracks. He's really hard to beat here at Bristol. He knows how to get around this track, and he's making it look good tonight. Got that bionic hand working well here tonight.
Well, and it's funny because when he was in the truck race as well, and I can't remember where he finished, but he was strong there, and he was saying, I don't recommend running all these laps with a busted hand. So what did he do? He came back here for Monday and said, I'm going to come out here and run 250 more laps.
Looking good so far. P7 right now, catching Lane Allen and others up front as Lane Allen and Richie Coy continue to battle.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get a good green flag run here, and if you got a good tire saving strategy, it's like money in the bank. and it pays up in dividends towards the end of this. But everybody's looking pretty good out there. I don't really see too many people out of shape. I mean, a couple people off pace, but nobody loose or wiggling too much. A lot of wall taps, though. I'm seeing a lot of that.
There's Corey Atkins going around Wayne Grassi's. That is for the first car being a lap down for now.
Well, we got a second place lead chain too. Alan Duranko got by Brian Dixon there, and it was pretty quick too. So I have to go back and see how that pass took place.
Ooh. He got some cars off the pace. Michael Blackner going a lap down. He was just up there. He's now the lucky dog. The first car 1 lap down. Things happen quick here at Bristol.
And I mean, I went back. We were talking about 0.6 of a second from our first to second place. Daniel Simmons has got almost a 3-second lead over Alan Duranko right now. So he is cutting through traffic like a fart through a subway, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, we got a caution. Caution is out. J.C. Evans involved. See if we can go back to see our Best One Tire and Auto Care instant replay of what happened. Oh, contact with Lane Allen in the 14. JC was a lap car in the 14 of Lane Allen was a lead lap car, and JC Evans was a lap down. Let's see if we can get back.
I don't know if Lane turned up too soon. Seemed like there's plenty of room there.
Just a misjudgment. I think both of them thought there was more room there, and there wasn't.
Well, we'll see. Again, it was a slow hit. I don't know if that really means anything, but there might not be too much damage taking place.
Well, leaders are on pit road.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would play the odds if I was lapped down right now. I'd stay out for that wave around. Do we have any takers? Did anybody say we got Corey Atkins right now? Jeff Chandler, it looks like.
Michael Blackner will be your lucky dog on this caution. Jamie Knopf looks like he is going to stay out, so they're going to take him and Corey Atkins, Bob Fitzpatrick all look like they're going to stay out and take this wave around. Luckily, all the leaders did pit.
The way people were going to lap down, that's what I would have done the same. Get that lap back. It's easier to do it now. It might hurt you without the tires, but you might get lucky with a caution, and then you're in a golden position again.
Just over 50 laps away from victory. It's a good time to remind you. Go to drinkvictory.com. Use code FTSR for 10% off your order. Get some of that Throttle Punch, Lucky Lemon, or that Purple Potion, the new flavor they came out with. So definitely want to try it. Drinkvictory.com, code FTSR, and get you some of that Victory Fuel. Proud sponsor of the Victory Fuel Cup Series here on Full Throttle TV for Full Throttle Sim Racing. And glad to have them on board. Delicious stuff. Nutritious, too. Pace cars off. Going back green flag racing. Daniel Simmons, your leader. Alan Duranko second. And Alan did not get a good start. But the leader really jumped out on that restart. Brian Dixon's going to battle the 2 of Duranko. That's for second.
And Alan had a great long run car. Let's see what he can do on the short run here now, too. I think he liked the outside, so he's probably trying to get to that outside right now. But Brian Dixon, he's been strong this whole race, and he's got a great early to mid-run car here, so let's see what he can do. But they are still 2x2x2 for those 3 rows. We got a little bobble up.
Was that Brandon Feder place in the back of the 2?
Yeah, it looked like the 2 got a little tight, and Brandon kind of He woke up just enough to not get into it, but it did slow up the line. We got another yellow.
Yeah, yellow's out once again. Looks like J.C. Evans once again involved. Let's go back and look and see what happened here on our Best One Tire Auto Care instant replay. Surely that's not. That's a replay of the first one. Let's go to the second one. J.C. Evans here coming off turn 4. Gets loose. Gets a little help from, who is that? Which one of those Clemson? Was that William Larkin, the 24? No, that was Ryan Lark.
Ryan, yeah. He just got a tiny bit of help from him. Nowhere to really go. Got a little rear end damage on J.C. Evans there, but he might be all right.
Actually,
I'll tell you, though, you got Jamie
was?
Knopp, though. Some of those guys that stayed out, got that wave around. They're licking their chops right now.
I don't think that was one of the Larks.
Maybe it was a 51. Yeah, it was Brian Messer. That's who it was.
Ah, the Bass Pro Shops. The colors are similar. Let's go back and look at that one more time. And I just gets loose off the corner and yeah, just right in front of him. Yeah, so those guys that took the wave around, this is a big break for them. They're going to come in and get those tires, get reset, and get back on the lead lap. Jamie Knopf, Corey Atkins, Michael Blackner, and Wayne Grassi. Actually, they're showing. Okay, they're on pit road.
Yeah, Jamie's in pit road right now. Definitely getting fuel and tires.
Probably getting some more damage repaired too, it looks like.
Yeah, actually he is. A little bit. Michael Blackner's out. Lane Allen's out. Yeah, Wayne Grassi and the 3 are going in right now.
All right, so we are 2 by 2 down the backstretch. You see the shadows starting to get a little long here. It's going to change things a little bit with the track temps too, with the shadows on the track. Just a little up towards the wall in 3 and 4 and down in 1 and 2. We'll see how that affects things. But Daniel Simmons going to bring them down. Brian Dixon in P2. Duranko, Malikian, and Fetterplace, your top 5. Green flag is back out.
Daniel gets another great restart. Brian again was kind of sleeping. Alan Duranko got the jump on him on the outside there, and Brandon Fetterplace kind of went with him too. So we got a new shakeup for 3rd, and Brandon's looking to try to take 2nd away from Malin. He kind of laid up there a little bit, so live to fight another day there.
The 06 doing a masterful job up there, leading all these laps. He's got to close it off here. We've got 45 laps to go.
He's got the quick run and the long run, so he just got to keep it clean and just keep doing what he's been doing. And he's going to make victory lane for sure. They've all kind of single filed out though, the top 7 it looks like right now. Kyle Milliken's still kind of running that oddball line on the outside compared to the rest of the field, but he's making it work. I'm waiting for the 48 to kind of start tearing through the field now that he's got the fresh tires out there.
Kevin Ruff touched the wall there off 4 there. Battling back here for 9th spot, 8th spot with Alexander Hodge, Cameron King. Everybody else kind of sorted out up front.
Yeah, the only real fight right now, some of the guys like Michael Blackner, Jamie Knopp right now, they're kind of in the back of the field just trying to get, they need to find that opening so they can go forward with these pressure tires. I'm looking through the field too, seeing where else everybody else is at. Not too much excitement going on right now.
Daniel Simmons
Cameron King.
continued to lead. Alan Duranko's second, and now he's under pressure from Brendan Fetter placing third. He's kind of heating up there for second spot on back.
Yeah, everybody's just kind of singled out. There's a Cameron King and Michael Blackner. They've been kind of running side by side for the last few laps here too, and Jamie Knopp right behind him. And Jamie wants to get moving. He's got no place to go right now.
Yeah, interesting noted stat about our second place winner. He's going to win in the Cup Series, Alan Duranko.
He does?
He does. You know what else? Did you know that came here in Bristol?
Really? I did not know that.
And third interesting fact, that night, the track was covered in dirt. So
really?
He's won here at Bristol, but it was a completely different layout. It was on the dirt track.
I think I remember that race.
Yeah.
I think I don't remember. Did I finish second or something? Maybe.
It was, so that's an interesting nugget. He does have a win here in the Cup Series. He does have a win here at Bristol. It just looked a whole lot different when he won.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I like Bristol on the dirt. I like it on the pavement as well. It is a fun track. It is a great rhythm track where you just kind of, get lost in that groove and just kind of go around the circle bowl or whatever. And if you like this place, you really like this place. I have a feeling. I feel.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. I think whether there's dirt on it or not, there are still some similarities about getting your rhythm around this track with the banking the way it is, the length of the straightaways. I think there is some things that can translate. I know it's completely different, but I still believe if you're good here, you're going to be good here regardless if it's dirt or asphalt, just because A, the way you feel about the place, and B, just kind of the similarities of the length of the straightaways, the corners, all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I can attest to that because, I do. I like it both in the dirt and on the pavement. I've had more success on the dirt than the pavement, but I like them both equally as much. But I'm just watching, too. Daniel really hasn't gotten away like he has in the past.
Yeah, he hasn't driven away. He's still right there.
I mean, but does he have to?
Yeah, yeah. Is he holding back, or is this the pace of the car? Is he? The interesting thing is everybody's moved back to the bottom. Yeah,
a lot of guys are kind of running that maybe lane up or so, except for Robert Maliki, and he got really high up in that corner, that last corner. But again, I'll count that as maybe he had to itch his hand or something. I'm sure he's still all cast. He's got a big cast on it and all that.
Yeah, it's good to see. I mean, of course, Daniel Simmons, he's got speed every week. And a lot of these guys do. Brandon Fetter plays even. But Alan Duranko, Brian Dixon having a good run so far tonight. We just hope they can kind of close it off. Or close it out here at Bristol. All these guys doing a good job up front. Kind of playing that strategy, getting the track position at the right time. And we're running out of laps. We are down to 25 laps to go here at Bristol.
Yeah, and I mean, and after we talk about the top five cars, I mean, you've got Kyle Milliken in sixth right now. He's got a bit of a gap to fifth. Richie Coy kind of just riding with him, not really gaining, not really losing too much. And then we got Alexander Hodge, and then Michael Blackner, and then Jamie Knopp, who I'm kind of surprised. He might have a little bit more damage. He's actually taking a look on Michael right now. Just got by Michael, but I was kind of expecting to see Jamie kind of tear through this field a little bit. So I wonder if he's still a little damaged.
He's got those fresher tires. We'll see if it pays off here. Like I said, the 25 laps goes by really quick here at Bristol, so we'll see what happens. Just looking, though, the leaders are starting to catch some lap traffic. You see the two of Duranko in the wall off the corner. But lap traffic may play a factor here.
Yeah, they do. Fortunately, though, a lot of them, like you said, though, they were running that lower line, or at least the low end of the line. So it looks like Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. is going to get out of the way, at least stay to the high side for these guys to kind of dip low under him. It shouldn't be too much fuss or muss, It's not a pack of cars. Just you got one car.
You talking about the highs and lows of racing. Last week, Bob Fitzpatrick had a great run at Darlington, finished in the top three. And tonight, it just all went wrong for him as he goes a lap down once again, actually multiple laps down at this point.
Yeah, I mean, one early
Yeah.
spin, it's just it's all it takes around here. Especially too, you don't get a really great amount of time to fix your car in the pits, and it's just it's tough to get anything repaired around here. And again, I haven't driven these cars out here, and they're not nearly as bad as the trucks were. You know, if you get a little damage in the truck, your night was basically over. So there is a little bit of rebound, but again, you don't have enough time to fix these things.
Through that live traffic, Duranko lost a little time on our leader. 6 of Simmons had to check up a little bit off the corner for the 3 there. It's cost him a little bit of time, but it'll ebb and flow as they get through this traffic here.
Yeah, Alan's just got to kind of keep pointing his car straight and don't look in that mirror too much. Brandon started to close in on him slightly. But
Cal Milliken with an issue on the backstretch. Up the track, caution is out. That's going to lead to a shootout here for the end. Cal Milliken goes around off turn 2. See if we can go back. Let's see what happened here. Best One Tire and Auto Care instant replay through 1 and 2. Does he get help? Yes, he does. But I don't know if the 42 was loose before that.
Yeah, it was definitely a slow looseness on Kyle's part, and it could have been an air thing where Jamie being down there made it worse.
I don't know. He was a little low on the exit of the corner, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he got loose first. Let's see if we can go on board. All right, on board with the 42 Milliken. Let's see. That looks like he maybe was looking low in the 16 or something, and 48 was there.
That could have been possible. Yeah, because now that I'm looking at it, he didn't look like he was overly loose.
We have pit stops. The leaders have pitted, and there's some guys that stayed out. The 19 of Coy and 53 of Alexander Hodge decided to stay out. Interesting.
Now I wonder if this was a reasoning because maybe they didn't have any tires left.
Maybe. Could be the case, but I think you would definitely want tires if you can get them, and you definitely feel like you're a sitting duck if you're out front. With the pace we've seen with those new tires versus old tires, this could be interesting.
Yeah, because you're only going to have 3 cars that have stayed out, because the 3 will eventually fall to the field because he's laps down.
I wonder if you can check. Did Jamie Knopf take 2 tires? Because he is now the 3rd car off pit road.
That is a Jamie thing to do.
Yes.
So I would, I'm going to go back and look.
As we get ready for the restart, they are double foul through 1 and 2. We're going to have 14 laps to go. Not quite do or die at this point. Sorry?
Jamie confirmed, took 2 rights only.
All right, so there you go. He's on 2 sides, two right side tires. We'll see. He's played that before. Let's see if it works out tonight. Your leader, though, is going to be the 19 Okoye, Alexander Hodge second, Duranko and Simmons in row 2 with those fresh tires. We'll see how it plays out. Pace cars off. The 19 Okoye brings them down to the restart zone. Green flag is out, and we are back underway.
Well, does Richie actually have the car right now? Does he have the tire to kind of stay out there? I mean, it might not be a bad strategy, especially too. I mean, if we get 1 or 2 cautions, he might be able to, maximize these restarts.
Watch this too. Watch the 34 as well. They both got around the 06 of Daniel Simmons, and we have another caution. Looks like the 1 is involved. Corey Atkins.
I'm not going to lie. Richie probably wants to see this.
See if we can see what happened with Best One Tire and Auto Care instant replay. The 1 of Corey Atkins in the wall through 1 and 2. Actually, no. That was the wrong caution.
Right, he get loose.
We'll see here. We've got.
Fortunately, Michael collected him.
Loose off turn 4. Loose into turn one, and yeah, somebody clobbered him there. Who's that, the 22?
Yes, 22, Michael Blackner.
Mayhem has found Michael.
And then unfortunately, the 24, William Lark, again, with nowhere to go, he kind of got up into them as well.
On board Michael Blackner. You see the one having issues. Loose, right up the track in front of the 22. We're getting down to it. 9 laps to go here.
Yeah, well, like I was saying before, I think Richie really, I'm sure he'd be happy if there's another 2 cautions. Control these restarts, stay out there, not allow some of these guys with these tires to get up to the crowd. All he's got to do is hang out. He's just got to stay ahead of Allen.
Yeah, but his wingman, he's lost him. He's back to 5th with those old tires. So now he's going to have those new tires all around him. This is going to get tough.
Yeah, he's going to have to kind of manage that restart and pray. But I know Daniel Simmons is probably screaming, about ready to throw something right now because he had a nice clear sail to this win. And it was all...
He's lost a lot of track position. He's going to start behind those old tires with the 53. So he's definitely going to have to get a move on here. It's going to be 7 laps to go when we come back green. Richie Coy with those old tires. Alan Duranco is going to be on the inside on this restart. And then you got Robert Maliki and Brandon Fetterplace right behind him. A lot of fast cars with new tires.
If you look at that shade, too, the shade's all on the backstretch. It's covering the whole track now.
Here we go. Pace car is going to pull off. We're going to go green flag with 7 laps to go through the restart zone. Green flag is out, and we are back racing here at Bristol.
Richie gets a good jump. A lot of the field in the back, though. Oh, we got another spin.
Cameron King around. And we'll have another caution and another restart.
I have a feeling this is going to bring us to a green-white checkered. Well, I think once everything gets cycled around.
Let's see what happened with King here in 1 and 2 on this restart. He gets hit from behind. Is that the... Who's that, the 98? Or is...
Yes, that looks like Kevin Ruff.
The 99.
Or no. Yeah, it is the 99, yeah. They did get a little jumbled up on that restart, and with 7 laps to go, pressure's on. They're gonna slam that go pedal.
Yeah, he just gets right in the back of Cameron King there. It spins him around. Best One Tire and Auto Care instant replay with the Best One Tire and Auto Care Ford of Kevin Ruff. You don't want to be the highlight in your sponsored segment when you're the caution sponsor, I guess. But
very true, very true. But hey, 7 laps to go. We got to get going here. I know the only person that likes leading these laps right now is Richie Coy. He's got the old tires. He's been getting great jumps on these restarts, and you think he's going to be able to pull this off tonight?
I don't think so. If they can get a few laps under their belt, I think that 2 car is fast enough to get around the 19 at Coy.
They don't have a few laps.
Tires. Well, they're going to have a few laps. They're going to have if you can get a couple laps. Now, if we go through 3 green, white checkers and we never get a couple laps under our belt, then yeah, it's going to be a tough ask.
I think when we go back, and they are going to have, it's going to be green, white, checker, I think, when we go back. They haven't called it yet. I haven't seen it yet.
It will be. I think it'll be a natural green, white, checker because we'll get the green. If we get the one to go here, we'll get the green with 2 laps to go. So it'll be a natural green, white, checkered.
Okay, yeah. And pace car lights are off. All right. Is everybody on the edge of their seat like I am?
Well, this is what we come to see here. We're going to see who takes on the checkered flag here. And I know the 2 probably wanted to start up top, but he's not going to have that option. But I'll tell you what, Fetter Place is now going to be on the outside behind the 19 Okoye. So if the 2 doesn't get clear, the 34 might be the challenging car here. We'll see how it plays off. The pace car is off. We're going to go green flag, green, white, checkered finish here at Bristol Motor Speedway. The 19 fades down on the 2. And just like I said, the 34 gets the jump. The 2 does not get the restart he wanted.
Yeah, Richie takes off, but he's got Brandon, and
Here
Brandon's looking real fast.
Fetter Place to the inside. He's made the pass. White flag is out. 1 lap to go.
Alan Duranco's getting under Richie now, 2 for 3rd.
There's smoke, but we're going to race it out through 3 and 4, though. The win's going to go to the 34 of Fetter Place. Brandon Fetter Place wins at Bristol.
Alan Duranco 2nd, Richie Coy 3rd. Good strategy by Richie and some of these guys that did stay out. And hell of a drive for Brandon.
Yep. Brandon Fetter Place takes home that win, makes those passes. It's just like I said, if they get a green flag run there, and then Fetter Place got the restart he needed. Wrapped the top, got a good run off the corner, got underneath Coy there off turn 2, and was able to seal the deal tonight, win it. And I don't think he let a lap until the last 2.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah, I mean he was up there all night, but not in leading potential. And a heartbreaker for Daniel Simmons and even Jamie Knopp early on. Tracy Motorsport leaders ran a hell of a race. Cautions didn't fly the way they had to. Strategy kind of bit them, but man, it was a pretty damn good race though.
Yeah, let's look at our finishing order here at Bristol Motor Speedway. If I can hit the right button. It's going to be Brandon Fetter Place bringing home to win. Alan Duranco comes home P2, just 1 spot short, but he had a great night going. Richie Coy stays out with those old tires, finishes 3rd. Alexander Hodge 4th. 5th place for the 48 of Jamie Knopf, good rebound for him. The 16 Robert Malikian in 6th. 7th for Kevin Ruff. Heartbreak for the 06 of Daniel Simmons, who finishes 8th. 9th place is going to be Lane Allen. Michael Blattner comes home with a P10 after his issues. 11th place is going to be Corey Atkins. You got Cameron King, J.C. Evans, Bob Fitzpatrick, Kyle Milliken in 15th spot. 16th is going to be Brian Dixon. 17th, Nick Alford. And you get some of the guys who had issues tonight. William Larkin, 18th. 19th, Brian Messer. 20th for Jeff Chandler. 21st, Wayne Grassi. Cody Porter having issues in 22nd. 23rd, T.J. Bartell. Ryan Sharp, 24th. You got Ryan Lark, James Torrey, and Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. rounding out your 27-car field here tonight at Bristol. The Bristol 250 in the books for the Victory Fuel Cup Series. When we come back, we'll talk to our top 3 finishers, wrap up the show here at Bristol, and look forward as we head to the next race. But before we do that, we'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We are Best One.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
And the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
Back here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the 54 of Brendan Fitter Place, or 34 of Brendan Fitter Place, made his way to Victory Lane. And we're going to talk to our top three finishers tonight. We're going to kick it over to our post-race show presented by Victory Fuel. We'll start with our third place finisher, the driver of the Victory Fuel machine, number 19, Richie Coy, who stayed on old tires. Richie, congratulations on a third place finish tonight. You stayed on those old tires at the end. You were probably hoping for a few more cautions or maybe not. I don't know, but you made those old tires work and come on with a solid P3 finish after everything you went through tonight. That's got to be like a victory.
Yeah, it was a race for sure. I feel bad that I got into Brandon there, and I don't know who else got caught up into that, but Brandon obviously had a pretty good come back from that, taking the win tonight. But I got a ton of damage. I had like a minute and a half damage, then I would get it down to like 50 seconds. I went down a lap, I came back up again, and then I was out of tires. That's why I didn't pit. I had no tires left. That was it. So when they all pitted, I said to everybody on the team, I'm like, well, we get two quick cautions here, it might limit the damage, and that's kind of what happened. I don't deserve to be third here. I hung on there for the last two laps and did the best I could without trying to get in anybody's way that was going to try to win the race.
Well, like I said, you had some struggles early on. You had, clearly a car handling issue at some point, but to come back to third is awesome. But yeah, talk about the struggles of this track. I know we talk about the car, we talk about the track and how tough, how sensitive it is to to any kind of issues like that. I know we saw some of the guys correct and the car just shoots right. Talk about how tough this track is with this car being as rigid, I guess, as it is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. For me personally, I was fine, but every once in a while I'd come out of four and felt like it would just unload and then just snap loose. And that's what happened outside of Brandon. I wasn't even trying to do anything special outside of him. Just came out of the corner and it just unloaded and snaps. And that kind of does that. It does it in two, coming out of two, it comes out of four. And for me, it happens more out of four. That's even what happened on my qualifying lap. But yeah, it's a tough track because the car is hard to drive over the limit, and if you can't drive a little bit over the limit, sometimes it's really hard to pass. And then one lap you're loose, the next lap you go through the same corner, and now you're up in the fence because it was tight. So it's strange. I mean, this is a cool track. I like it and with most cars, and and then I got damaged and the car got super tight. And I didn't get loose at all. It's pretty crazy to drive it, and you're so fast. Everything happens so fast.
Well, definitely. You talk about the issue with the 34 of Fetter Place. There was another issue there was another car that you T-boned there. And we were wondering, like, oh, he didn't pit to fix damage there. I guess he's just at this point just going to ride it out.
Yeah, well, I had that saved until my teammate or pseudo teammate hit me in the back. And when he hit me in the back, it put the tires over grip limit. And I actually picked up speed on the brakes. I'm like, what's going on? And right into the wreck I went. But yeah, at that point I hit straight, and like the first time I got into a wreck, the wheel was turned, so I knew it was kind of bent. This time the wheel was still straightish like it was, so I'm like, well, it is what it is. I only picked up another like 30 seconds of damage in that one, and at that point, when you're over a minute, does it really matter?
For sure. Hey, it's Bristol. Things happen like that, and a lot of the times the winning car, at least the top cars, come home with damage, and I'm sure Fetter Place is the same way. He's got damage on his car as well. But Yeah, I mean, it's a good points night, too, because you had some of the issues with Bob Fitzpatrick and Nick Alford having issues. I think you'll take over the points lead, depending on how stage points work out. So, another swing in your direction, so that's always a positive as well. But, again, congratulations on the third place finish tonight. I'm going to hand you the mic, let you do your shout-outs and your sponsor plugs.
Well, shout out to Alan Duranko. I thought that he was going to have a shot to win there. He didn't get a good restart. Fetter Place got a better restart there, but definitely shout out to Alan. He did a great job tonight. I thought like I said, I thought if it didn't come out the last time, I thought he was going to win the race. So he got close. So shout out to him. Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to everybody in the league tonight. It's a tough track, tough car. For the most part, I think we had a couple good long run green flag runs, but thanks to Victory Fuel, Phoenix PCs. Hike and Apparel, my team, Fury Motorsports, and shout out to Tony's mom and dad.
All right. Well, there's your third place finish tonight. Richie Coy coming on P3 and I think taking the points lead, Tony. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting points battle once we get the points updated. But anyway, I believe you're standing by with their second place finisher tonight. An impressive run from Alan Duranko.
All the way from 25th position to second place. Congratulations, Alan. Great run tonight. Car looked really sharp, clean. Obviously, you were able to make up some great track position. Tell us about your night tonight.
Yeah, it was unexpected. I'm not a huge fan of this track, so I had only previously ran one official. Came in here with limited practice. I was just hoping to turn laps, and I was very pleasantly surprised.
Well, it's kind of surprising you even say that you're not a big fan of this track because we had mentioned even in the broadcast that your one and only win came on the dirt track here, and I think you and I battled for that lead that race. And yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, for me, I like the dirt just as much as I like the pavement. So I'm just kind of shocked to hear you say you don't like the pavement as much.
Yeah, I love the dirt. I mean, pavement's fun. It's fun. It can be fun. I should take that back. It's just not my favorite by any means. But yeah, bring back the dirt.
I'm right with you on that one. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing another dirt race here and there too. But go on about what about some of the research? I mean, like I say, you had it seemed like a pretty good long run car too, especially when we had a couple of these green flag runs. You're able to kind of get back through the field. Was there any tire saving strategies, or did you kind of were hoping it was going to go green? I mean, I don't know. Give me an idea what was happening.
Yeah. First half of the race, I was tire saving. I was trying to hit my marks about 15.2 lap times. I felt like that was a good start, and I could maintain, and it worked. There at the first stage, I was able to pick up some points, which was great. And then after that, starting from the front, you just kind of naturally just run faster with the group because you don't want to, just continually get it past. And we had a caution about 65 laps in, I believe, on that run. And my tire wear wasn't terrible, so I was pleasantly surprised. So then I knew for the rest of the race, I could run pretty much as hard as I could, within reason, of course.
Well, you did just that. I mean, you almost got the W out of that too. It was probably nice pass on Richie for second there towards the end because you had a good solid second. We almost thought you were going to catch up to Daniel Simmons there at one point in the race. But yeah. Like I say, masterful job tonight. You did a great job, and maybe the paved version is going to be one of your new favorites, I guess.
Yeah, maybe we'll see in the fall, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll be coming back out this way. Definitely save up that setup. And I'm just going to give you the floor now. Thank your sponsors and whoever else you want to give a shout out to.
Right on. Thank you. I'd like to first thank Elevated Esports. They've always great group of guys racing with. Premier Racing Setups provide phenomenal setups. Icon Apparel, Elevated Outdoors, Victory Fuel, Nerditudes, Gums Auto and Napa, Branded Country Music That Rocks, and of course FTSR. It's a great place to race. No matter how disgruntled I get sometimes, I always say this is a really great league to race in. So thank you for putting it on.
Well, no, man, you've been showing up lately, and it's good to see some of your efforts being finally paid off now with this second place. Congrats again, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
I guess we got Brody now with our winner.
Yeah, I made my way down here to Bristol Victory Lane on top of the. You finally got your car up here, Brandon. Seems like having a little issue getting up there, but you finally got it up here. Congratulations, man. on a, I don't know if I would say a surprise win, because I don't think you led a lap until the last two. So, or maybe even the last, it was the last two. So again, congratulations, man. It worked out there on that restart. You got a great restart, put yourself in position. And after everything that went on tonight, this has got to be very, I don't know what the word would be, relieving. Now that it's over.
Yeah, it is definitely relieving. As I was telling Richie in the waiting room, I do not feel good tonight. So it was questionable whether or not I was going to run. And the 250 laps around here is grueling whenever you're not feeling the hottest. So I felt like I had speed in practice. But in practice, I never seemed to have that next level speed that a lot of these guys had. So, I was hoping for some longer runs that maybe it would kind of equalize out. But it just, every time I would make a move, it would kind of hurt me. And then some guys would get better runs. They started running the high side. And then, so, there for a minute, it got pretty wild. So.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, you said you were hoping for a long run. With the short runs, what done it for you? You got that position.
Right.
It was the one restart before that kind of put you in the right position, right behind the leader on the restart. You got that great restart on the last one, cleared the two, and you raced the two in the 0609. Those guys had an incredible speed, even the 48. And again, with the issue with the 19 earlier in the race, just rebounding from that. Just talk about how the race, you said you were even battling like sickness. So there was so much going on tonight.
Yeah, I have been sitting here sipping on some Prime, and I took, some drugs before this race, just trying to feel a little bit of relief. I don't know what I got. It just started hitting me today. So, but other than that, when we started this race, I just told, my teammates, I said, let's just get a clean finish. It's Bristol. It's going to be rough. Let's just see what we can come out with here. I didn't, like I said, I didn't know if I was gonna be up front, but I was hoping I would be. And, I knew if worse came to worse and I had to pull off, it's Bristol. Maybe I got wrecked out, but, with Richie there, I was racing him, and all of a sudden I just got right hooked, and I didn't know what happened. It kind of surprised me. I was afraid that I came up a little bit and maybe I misjudged the exit. But he, came over the radio and just said, he got loose, and, that really happens. That happens, quite often here off two and off four. The car just unloads, and if you got too much throttle in it, it's going around, or it wants to. So,
Well, I'm just sitting here thinking, so this is basically your flu race, and it, you had to battle through that among everything else. So, again, congrats. I'm going to pass it on to Tony. I'm sure Tony's got some stuff to add.
Just congratulations. I mean, great run tonight. We were talking about you all night too. You had kind of a seesaw in and out. We're like, oh, he's in the points. Now he's not in the points. Now he's back in the points again. And here he is battling for the lead with a few laps to go. And he made it look easy getting around Richie there towards the end. And I don't know, congratulations. And then, when you got the flu on top of it, I bet you it doesn't feel as bad now, right?
I still feel terrible. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of need to go to bed, but but this definitely eases it just a little bit. This is a win that I really am not gonna take for granted. This was a very hard fought win. Allen was very fast tonight. I thought for sure this was gonna be his, and quite a few other people actually that were running up front all night. Just some misfortune here at Bristol, it's just what it is. What did Hamlin say? Just short track racing.
For sure.
So,
Well, listen, it worked. The whole strategy, everything works out. Everything kind of comes down to the end there, and you made it work out, and had a great restart, and were able to get around those old tires on the 19 and take home the victory. And just a quick tip, though, I wouldn't take the sword that you won tonight to bed. I've heard that thing's awful sharp, so just be careful. Don't anyway. Congratulations.
I'll do what I can. No guarantees.
Yeah. Well, I know people like to sleep with their trophies or something. I don't know what that is. So you probably that's probably one you want to leave on the on the table.
That's right.
But anyway, man, congratulations tonight. Win number 2 of the season. One at Daytona and then one at Bristol. I guess you go from the biggest track, the fastest track, to one of the shortest tracks. So you're versatile, and good points night again tonight as well. So congratulations, and I'll pass the mic to you and let you do your shout outs and sponsor plugs.
Thank you. First and foremost, just like Daytona, I couldn't have done it without my teammates, High Lap Heroes, Nick Alford, Cameron King, Brian Messer. Those guys. We work very hard to do this week in and week out. So thanks to them, couldn't have done it without them. Thanks to Premier for the killer setup tonight. Thanks to y'all for the broadcast. I can't wait to go back and watch it. Thanks to everybody who watched. And hey, we'll see y'all next week.
And just for the record, I'm going to pull it up on here.
Are we off?
Hold on. I'll go pull it up on here. He's still in Victory Lane, guys. The car's still parked there in Victory Lane. So
I am. I can't leave.
Hasn't went anywhere, so he's still there. So again, man, congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, man.
It's your winner tonight, Brandon Fetterplace in the 34, Tony. And things just worked out there at the end, man. He put himself in position, got that late, and I think the biggest thing is that he started the next to last restart on the inside, got bogged down behind the car starting on the inside, but then he lined up on the last restart right behind the leader, so he was he was able to gauge when the leader goes a little bit easier, make that pass on the 2 and put himself in position off 2 to take the lead.
Well, we talk about this week in, week out too with some of these restart zones. If you're doing the restart zones quite often, you're going to be able to kind of figure them out a little bit. And, obviously we saw Richie do a pretty good job getting the jump off there, but it's always hard being that second car, especially lined up next to him. And, unless you have triples or in VR, you really don't know or can't really see when they're going. And, he was able to time it right, got good track position, was able to make it done. And I mean, I do not want to be a criminal in wherever Ben Tracy's town is right now, because he is probably beating the dashboard of that squad car, and his teammates they had a really good run tonight, and it's a shame to kind of see what happened. But again,
don't take it out on the public, Ben.
Yeah, don't take it out on the public, Ben. Your guys ran great. I know both Jamie and Daniel probably, especially, was probably a little upset at what happened, but
if I'm Daniel, I'm sick. I'm sick
I'm
sick to my stomach, because he was leading so many laps up there, had it kind of in hand, and then those cautions come out and things shake up in the pits and everything too. So that's a tough one. Hey, but next week we head to a completely different track, Auto Club Speedway. It's going to be a wide, really fast track, and we ran it in the off season. It's going to be a lot of fun. That always puts on a really good show.
Yeah, these cars are actually a lot of fun out there, and it's an oldie but a goodie now, because it's no longer there. So we only have it in virtual world anymore, and I know it's a fan favorite of some of these drivers. So next week's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah, looking forward to it. You can catch it here on Full Throttle TV next Monday night. The Victory Fuel Cup Series back in action on Monday at 9 p.m. at Auto Club Speedway. But before that, we are in for a treat with the Truck Series as they head to Rockingham Speedway Wednesday night at 9 p.m. here on Full Throttle TV. Make sure to tune into that as well while we're waiting to get back to the Cup Series action. So anyway, we're going to wrap it up here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Another great race for the Victory Fuel Cup Series. Brandon Fetterplace taking home the win. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely did. I'm sure the drivers out there did as well. It's always a thrilling race here at Bristol Motor Speedway. But for Full Throttle TV, for Tony Solari, my name's Brody Hanna. Thanks for hanging out with us, tuning in, and we'll see you Wednesday night from Rockingham Speedway.